Hamjambo wakulima and welcome to the Kenyan Farmer. This is the second part of the ornamental trees identification video. Today, I will discuss some additional 10 or so trees. Candlenut is an ornamental tree grown for its leaves and its general shape. The leaves are pale, simple, and oval-like. It's a very fast-growing tree, especially when soil moisture and nutrients is not a big problem. The tree produces some green fruits or nuts. Some people eat the fruits, but there is some level of toxicity in the fruits, especially when they are raw. And so, I wouldn't recommend for anyone to eat them unless you know how to process them. Cordia africana is an African indigenous tree. It's an evergreen tree, and if I can remember correct, we used these leaves for livestock fodder. The trunk is not always straight, but it has quality wood. In fact, back in the village, I remember that it was used to make mortar and pestle. Not the small one, but the large ones that ladies used to process maize and other cereals. The tree was also used to make durable beehives and quality traditional drums. The tree also produces white flowers that are very crucial for bees, producing quality honey. Loquat is a large evergreen tree. The tree is grown commercially for its sweet orange fruits and its tough, dark green leaves that have serrated margins. I don't know about you, but if I can grow a tree and eat fruits from it, now that is what I consider to be beautiful. Anyway, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. The fruits are edible, but of course not the seeds. Don't eat the seeds. Don't eat the seeds. Don't eat the seeds. Abyssinica is yet another African indigenous tree. It produces tough, pale leaves. It's however deciduous, and it produces orange flowers that attract sunbirds. You know those birds with sharp needle-like beaks? The characteristic orange flowers stands out even from a distance. The seeds are produced in a capsule or a cylindrical pod. It's inside the pod where you get the brick red seeds used for propagation. I guess most Kenyans know about the eucalyptus tree, commonly called blue gum. Its rapid growth and adaptability to different conditions makes it very popular. Back in the village, the straight stems were used to make bridges across the river. But lately, it's a major source of construction and electric posts. The leaves are also distilled to extract eucalyptus oil that has countless desirable properties. Mature trees produce conical woody fruits that house seeds used for propagation. As an ornamental, the tree can be used to provide a reliable windbreak. Now, I must say that in Kenya, it's illegal to plant the tree close to rivers and other water sources. The tree sucks all the water from the soil, causing drying of wetlands. Delonix is an exotic short tree grown for its fan-like leaves and the beautiful display of its orange-red flowers. It can grow to about 5 meters tall. You can grow it along entrance roads or even for a shade. My experience is that the flowers appear especially just before the onset of rainy season. The tree is deciduous and can grow in most semi-arid counties in Kenya. However, it can also behave like an evergreen, especially in islands. And the mature tree produces long woody pods that house seeds used for propagation. Some treatment is done on the seeds to break the dormancy, but I guess that's a video for another day. In my last video on ornamental fences, I did talk about cypress. Well, let me say that most conifers are evergreen, exotic tree that can be grown for ornamental purposes too. They all have lovely shape, and some can be used for windbreak. The trees are also a source of timber. In Kenya, pine seedlings are quite expensive. A 2 feet tall Norfolk pine seedling can cost you around 500 to 1,000 Kenya shillings in the average commercial nurseries. Terminalia, or umbrella tree, just as the name suggests, it's also a common ornamental tree grown for its shape. The tree crown is arranged in layered tiers. It's a fast-growing tree on good soils, and it can grow to over 10 meters tall. It serves as a good tree to provide a shade, and it's often planted along streets. Now, an obvious thing for a landscaper is to provide for the necessary space if you want to use a tree in a compound. The canopy and the lateral rooting behavior of a tree should be considered. If a tall tree is planted next to a house, the tree can shed its leaves on the roof or the rain gutters, which is not desirable. A mature tree produced many fruits that have seeds that are used for propagation. Jerusalem thorn is a small tree that grows to about 5 meters. As an ornamental, it's grown for the yellow flowers and the narrow leaves. The flowers are pollinated by bees. The young stems are also green in color. Now, this plant is adapted for arid and semi-arid environments, and so it will do just fine even when the climate is a bit unforgiving. The fruit is a seed pod that houses the seeds used for propagation. Acacia has a very wide range of indigenous trees found within Kenya. Generally, acacia is a crucial source of fodder or feed for livestock and wildlife. They produce very expensive gum from the bark, and the flowers are also a source of quality honey for the bees. Today, I will only focus on the common Naivasha thorn. This tree is known for its characteristic beautiful, smooth, yellow to greenish bark. This is an ornamental tree of choice in those tourist hotels, especially around Naivasha and Nakuru. The tree is common as it can adapt to a wide range of weather conditions. And being an indigenous tree, it can tolerate many pests and diseases. It can grow to a height of 15 to 25 meters tall. Acacia flowers are a major source of food for the bees too. Now, why do I think that identification of common ornamental trees around Kenya is necessary? I think it makes you sound like a professional to your customers or even your next job interview. If you know some of the indigenous trees in your mother tongue, I think that also works. Anyway, these videos were to serve as basics, and I hope you have learned something along the way. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can also consider donating to my work via the link in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.